Hey guys, it's Sarah and I'm about to get started on my layout using some Cheeky Studio products here, and I will have links down below for Cheeky Studio for their website and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and like all of the links for this. And if you have not ordered from them yet and you want to make an order, then I have a discount code in the description as well, and you can get 10% off your first order. And I've had a lot of people use that and they were really happy, so make sure you do that if you haven't ordered yet. So today I'm going to be doing this picture here. This is me laying in bed and sleeping with my two girls. My husband took a picture of this when he was working an overnight shift one night, and he came home in the morning and they both made their way into bed with me. So he took this when he got home in the morning. I look naked. I promise I'm not. I don't know how that happened, but I did have like a tank top on. You can kind of see like a little bit of my strap right there. I don't know what happened to this one. It might be like in my neck, or it could be like way down here. I don't know. But I was asleep, so I have no idea what happened. But I promise I'm not naked in bed with my girls. That's weird. Anyway, so I just wanted to point that out before I start doing this here. But I promise I had clothes on. And I am going to be using these pandas, you guys, because they're so stinking cute. And there's some in here that are like laying on their back sleeping, so I'm going to use those. And I like the green. There are a couple of them have some green in it, so I really went with the green theme. And then I found this paper in my stash, which is going to go really nicely. This is from Bo Bunny Safari. So I just kind of went with a whole green theme. And then I have these flares and the sequins. And then all this stuff is from my stash, and I'm going to use some of the twine that came in the Cheeky box as well. It's kind of wrapped up the kits, and so I'm going to use some of that here too. So that is my starting point, and I'm going to go ahead and get started.
All right, so the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to cut down my paper, and I'm going to cut this down by about 1/4 inch, and then I will have the green cardstock as the outside kind of border, if you will. I'm going to use this textured cardstock, and I don't have a manufacturer for that one. It's one that I've had for a very long time, but it has embossed polka dots on it, and it's very subtle, as you can tell. Like, you can't really see it when it's just sitting there, but you know, when you're looking at it up close, you can see that it has little embossed polka dots on it, so you'll see those more closely in the close-ups. Now I'm going to use some Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I'm going to ink the edges of all of my papers here, and then a couple of my die cuts as well. And this color is called Evergreen Bow, and I'm just going to make a very subtle ink line all around the papers. That way they kind of help them come together a little bit better and make them a little bit more cohesive. And I'm going to go ahead and start to put this down, and then realize I want to put my picture on this cardstock here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my picture down right in the middle, and then I'm going to use my craft knife to cut it out, and then I will clean up the edges on my trimmer when I'm done with that, so it'll be a little bit smaller and straighter. I cannot cut a straight line to save my life, believe me. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and then I realized I had adhesive in the middle of it, so I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to run it along there, and it's going to come right up. With ATG, the longer it sits, the stronger it holds, so I was able to get that off no problem just because I had just put it down. But if it had been sitting there for a while, I don't think I would have been able to get it up like that. And I have cut off the edges there, and I have that little Project Life card cut that I had sitting on my desk, so I thought I would go ahead and use it here since the colors go really nicely, and I'm just going to use that as a little layer behind my photo. And then I'm going to use this little sticker here that says Life on it, and that's another thing that is just sitting on my desk. I used up a few little odds and ends here. And then I'm going to use this little bingo card that says happy, and I'm going to put the twine in it, but I want to go ahead and make it almost like a tag. So I poked a little hole right above in the center there, and then I put the twine through it. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink it first. And then I will put it at an angle next to my picture here. And then I will cut the twine down. And now I am going to pick out a couple of pandas here. These are so stinking cute. And I knew I had one that is laying down on its back sleeping, so I thought that would be perfect. And I have another one that has green on it, and I really wanted to use this one, so it tied into the green background. And then I do pick another one to go along the bottom here, which I'm going to go ahead and put a sticker down first. I'm going to put some more black down there. And I'm going to use the little one that's on his belly, which is so cute. I like how he's looking into the picture like that. And then I'm going to pick a smaller one for the one who's sleeping, just because, so it won't take up so much room on top, because I have a few other things I'm going to put up there. I'm going to get a flare badge out. I'm going to use the ombre green one, and then I'm going to come here live in just a second and show you what I'm going to do with my title here.
Okay guys, so I'm actually going to go ahead and start getting my title down. However, I have to manipulate some of these thickers here, and I wanted to do that live because I've had a couple people ask if I can do like more in-depth things on how I do that. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to do it because I know I have to mess around with this a little bit. So I'm going to do that here in just a second. I'm going to get this flare badge down, and I keep forgetting these are flat backed, which is awesome. I don't have to use a pop dot, but I do need to use like red line tape so it doesn't go anywhere. So I will do that real quick. But my title is going to be Sleepy Girls, and I do not have enough S's, and I don't have a P. So I am going to show you how I'm going to kind of make an S and a P so that I can get my full title that I want, because I really wanted to use these thickers here. And I'm planning to do it right here. I hope there's enough room. I'm going to have to, I'll get my wax paper out and see if I can make that work. If not, I can probably just shift this stuff over a little bit if I need to, which I should do that before I put that down because that's red line tape and that will not come up. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to get some wax paper. Now I use just regular wax paper that I find in the cooking section at the grocery store. So that is what I use. And just rip off a piece of it. And then this way I can see through it and I can put my thickers down on here. They will not stick to this. And then I can move it around as I need to and then make sure things fit. All right, so Sleepy Girls. I'm going to start with girls because that is going to be kind of like right here. So I have... I'm going to manipulate my S for the girls because I have one S here and I'm going to use that for Sleepy since that's the beginning of my title. So I will do girls, and these thickers are called Bright, and I've had them for a while I think, but I really, oh, I see I don't have an R either. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so I need to somehow make an R as well. That will be interesting. Normally I would do a P and then just use a little cut of something else to make an R, but I don't have a P either. So we're gonna have to get a little bit creative. I didn't even realize I didn't have an R. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Oh, because I was gonna do Sleepy Heads, that's why. That's why. I thought I was going to do Sleepy Girls, but I'm going to do Sleepy Heads. Okay. That works better because I have everything for that except for the S. Okay, so Sleepy Heads. Let's do that instead. That'll be better because making a P and an R is going to be a little bit more difficult. So I have everything for Sleepy Heads. Okay. It's my last A. If I ever want to make an A, I just take an upside down V and add like something like this. I would cut off a little bit so that it's straight and then just stick it in between there. Easy peasy. Or if I didn't have something like this or like a dash mark or something like that even, I would use, I could cut a little bit off the hashtag because I don't really use hashtags all that much. So, all right, so for the S, I'm going to use an 8. So if you want to make an S, just take a number 8, and then I'm going to cut off a little bit right here, and a little bit right here, and it's going to make an S. So I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to try, and I try to make it as straight as I can to make it look a little bit seamless. So cut that right there, and then cut a little bit off here. So just a little teeny tiny piece is gone. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I just try my hardest to make it straight as far as this little line right here. And then cut off a little bit right there. And there you have an S. Look at that. That is one of my favorite tricks. So if I ever need S's, which I do a lot because, you know, you make titles that are plural, you know, or have an S on it. And, you know, our last name is Swan and my first name is Sarah. So, you know, I need S's a lot. So there we go. All right. So there's that, and then sleepy heads. So I'm going to do sleepy. I'm going to start with the Y. And okay, now I need my P. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a D because it has the straight line down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off probably about 3/4 of the way down. I'm just going to make a slit right there and then cut this piece completely off. And since these are foam, I can manipulate them so I can make it do this. I can kind of push it that way. If these were chipboard, I would not be able to do that. So that's like a foam only trick basically. So I can just kind of do that. And if I wanted to make it more flush, which I do, I can just cut it at an angle and then it can fit straight right there. There you go. There's a P. Again, only with foam. If you have a chipboard, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to bend it like that. So that's the beauty of the foam for sure. All right, and now I should be able to finish this off. If you guys want like a specific tutorial on how I manipulate my thickers, I can definitely do that. Just let me know down below if that's something that you'd be interested in. I have had a couple requests for it. So if it's like a good majority of you guys want to see something like that, I can do a specific video where I take some thickers and I kind of manipulate them to what I need them to be. So just let me know down below if you want something like that, and I can plan to do something like that maybe end of March, early April, something like that, where I can kind of have time to plan it out and film it. So just let me know down below. But I love to manipulate them because, you know, you get to ends of packages and you're like, I don't want to throw these away, but I don't know how to use them. So, all right, that's my title. I really like how that is going to fit. And I don't have this panda stuck down yet. I'm going to put my flare badge here too. So I'll go ahead and get my thickers down first and then put everything else around it because I'm going to have to shift them over a little bit. But I just wanted to show you live how I kind of manipulated the P and created an S there.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these down for my title. And then I'm going to put the flare badge down here and get my pandas down. They are so cute, guys. Seriously, I can't stand how cute they are. They are adorable. And I'm really glad I had a good picture to scrap to be able to use them. And now I am going to start working on my journaling, and I'm going to do journaling on some strips of white cardstock. So I'm just taking some scraps I have and I'm going to do my journaling, and then I'm going to run them through my Xyron machine and layer them up. And my journaling is just, you know, about how one night when Josh was working an overnight shift, he came home in the morning and the girls were in bed with me. And that seems to happen quite often when he was working those types of shifts. He doesn't do that anymore, but when he was, somehow they would always make their way into bed with me, either both of them or one of them at least. Layla usually, my little one in the middle, she would always make her way into our bed somehow. And I had always joked before that, you know, they had a sixth sense that they knew that he wasn't home and they would come in bed. All right, and I am going to put my journaling strips through my Xyron so that they are adhesive on the back. I'm just using my bone folder to go ahead and press that in to make sure that the adhesive sticks. And then I am going to start layering these strips, and I'm going to start from the bottom and just kind of stagger them a little bit. And I'm just pushing all the adhesive on the back because sometimes the adhesive will kind of seep through, not seep through, but be on the edges there. So I'm just folding it over to make sure that there's no adhesive sticking up that'll stick to my page protectors in my album. So I'm going to get those down, and that's all my journaling. And now I'm going to work on my sequins. I'm going to use some of this Pandemonium sequins here, and they're green. And I'm going to start using pop dots, and then I end up running out of pop dots. I completely ran out. So I'm going to have to get my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive to put them down. However, my small little fine line bottle has broken, and so I need to go get another one. So I'm using the regular tip right now, and it's really difficult because it comes out so thick, and I got it everywhere at one point. So I don't love the regular bottle it comes in because the tip is so thick and it just comes out way too quick. So I'm going to have to go to Hobby Lobby this week and get another one, another fine line bottle, so I can use that. And I'm going to use some of these arrows from Julie Bean Soup. These are from my stash, and they are a green epoxy arrow. So I'm just going to use 3 in 3 different areas there. And then that is going to complete my layout. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you guys have any questions at all. And if you want to check out Cheeky Studio, please do. I have all the links down below, including my discount code for your first order. So please take advantage of that if you can. And I will be back soon. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.